While Meredith Grey won't appear in every episode of season 19 of Grey's Anatomy, the character is still an important part of the hospital drama. The question of how the show will fare if Ellen Pompeo leaves is one that fans have been asking themselves for a while now. Thankfully, Meredith is still around, and the story is focusing on new interns and other beloved characters. When a character leaves Grey's Anatomy, they have decided to change their career course, reunite with a former soulmate, or in some tragic cases, have unfortunately succumbed to injuries or been in a terrible accident. Redditors are discussing the times when characters leave this beloved show, and it makes sense for the story. Christina Yang is such an integral part of Grey's Anatomy that it's still sad to think about her leaving the series. Redditor Duchess of Caffeine wrote of the best exits, "I just love Christina's. And I can't listen to Where Does the Good Go without crying." Christina and Meredith's Grey's Anatomy friendship is what makes Christina's exit so emotional yet realistic. The characters dance to their favorite Tegan and Sarah song and dance it out to work through the feelings that they both have about this huge life change. This exit allows Christina to reach a career high, and Meredith finds support in Alex Karev and her sisters. Arizona Robbins. There are many cases when characters leave Grey's Anatomy and fans find out that they have reunited with a former love interest, and most of the time, this is welcome news that tugs at the heartstrings. This is exactly what happens with Arizona Robbins, although it's fair to say that she could stay on the show for several more seasons. For Redditor Trust as earned 2020, Arizona was able to say farewell to the show in a proper way. The fan wrote that she is working at the Robbins Herman Center with Nicole Herman and will get to do what she loves, and Arizona even got to choose to move the center to New York to be with Sophia and Callie. That was a totally satisfying exit. Tom Karasik for Redditor Super Scoop Caro. Tom had a character exit that works for the series. Tom Karasik leaves so he can work with Jackson Avery at the Catherine Fox Foundation in Boston. It's nice to think about two doctors going off into the world and helping people and still being in each other's lives. Tom's exit feels unique as it's not common on Grey's Anatomy for two characters to exit so they can continue on their career paths together. Tom is a cold and prickly person at first, but as the other doctors get to know him more, they realize how kind he is and that there's a lot more to him than meets the eye. Stephanie Edwards has a moving ending as she almost dies in a fire at the hospital, is able to protect a young girl, and then realizes that because she was sick when she was growing up, she wants to live life properly and not be at a hospital all the time. This is clearly something that she has been grappling with for a long time, so it doesn't feel like it's random or out of nowhere. Redditor Feruzmandu said of this character, "Although I wish she could have stayed longer, I agree that Stephanie's exit was very powerful, bad SS. While some exits can feel rushed or confusing, this one feels true to Stephanie's strength, growth, maturity, and background." Derek Shepherd for Redditor Emotional Mix 4085. Derek had one of the best character exists on the series. The season 11 episode How to Save a Life is definitely memorable as Derek gets into a car crash after helping a child, proving that he is never off the clock and wants to be there for people all the time. Derek dies after his serious injuries in the hospital, and his death has a terrible aftermath as Meredith struggles with grief and even leaves town for a while to put herself back together. The fact that Meredith blames Derek's Dr. Penny Blake for not noticing what was going on makes this a difficult but perfectly dramatic conclusion to Derek's character arc. George Amelie. At the start of Season 6, the doctors realize that the mystery patient that they have been treating is actually George Amelie, which is shocking and hard for them to cope with. Redditor Green Awareness said, "I actually loved the 007 story and how he died a hero. George jumped in front of a woman who was going to be hit by a bus, and the storyline is powerful and upsetting. George is unrecognizable and it's devastating to say goodbye to this sweet character. This exit definitely has a strong emotional impact. Addison Montgomery. It's clear that Addison Montgomery won't stay on Grey's Anatomy very long, and her time on the hospital drama is significant as she and Derek figure out if their marriage is really over. Addison is a great character from the start, and while fans don't like this tricky situation and feel badly for Meredith, it's hard to ignore how witty and smart Addison is. She's also an incredible neonatal surgeon." Redditor SS2811 wrote that Addison's exit from the main show was well done and it was cool how she decided to take on a new path. They didn't ruin her character with her ending, and if anything strengthened her with her own spin-off. When Addison moves to California for private practice, she finds new friends, falls in love, and explores motherhood, and it's heartwarming to watch. Megan Hunt and Nathan Riggs. It's hard to picture Meredith falling in love with someone other than Derek, but she does attempt to move on after her big loss and tries to date again. Meredith and Nathan Riggs have a special spark, but Owen Hunt's sister Megan is found after being missing for a long time. Redditor Atlantic Tug thinks that Riggs-Megan have a great ending, as Nathan goes to California with Megan so they can finally be together again. It's romantic and intense, but the fan noted that the show did ruin this conclusion by breaking them up. Jackson Avery. Redditor Unleashed posted that Jackson's exit was well-deserved and respectful. Jackson wants to make more of a difference in the healthcare industry and decides to go to Boston to be in charge of the Catherine Fox Foundation. Fans also learn that Jackson and April are back together and raising their daughter Harriet, which is adorable. While Jackson has Grey's Anatomy plot holes, it feels logical that he would choose to leave so he can help more people, and it's nice to know that after so many years of loving April, the couple is able to work through their tough spots. Mark Sloan. Mark Sloan's entire character arc is one of growth. The conceited casual dater cares about Lexi Gray so much and can't imagine life without her, and then the two are so badly hurt in a plane crash that they die from their injuries. It's one of the most emotional parts of the whole series. Redditor Bob the Frog 107 praised Mark's exit and wrote, "It was poignant, played homage to his character and made sense. He got great moments with all of his people." Mark even tells Jackson that he should love the people in his life and not be concerned about anything else, which rings true and sums up the theme of the series.